Whew. No one's coming to save you. And that's a good thing. I wish I knew this a lot sooner. I wish I knew this in my early 20s. But I just didn't. For the longest time, guys, I literally, for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years out of my life, this is going to sound crazy, but I would lay on the couch, watch TV. I wouldn't work. I wouldn't do any school. I wouldn't do anything productive. I mean, I'd go to the gym and exercise and hang out with friends, but how much further does that get you along in your life, and, you know, just kind of going to that next step of your life. You know, I laid on that couch, guys, and I remember I would stare at the front door, and believe it or not, this is going to sound crazy, I would literally think someone or something was going to walk through that door, open that door and walk through the door and change my life. I believed that to my core. And looking back and trying to decipher why I had those beliefs is a whole nother story, but today's video is just about, you know, no one's coming to save you. And for many, many years, I literally, as deep as I could feel it, I thought someone was going to open my door to my home and save me. Instead, I laid on my mother's couch for years and did nothing. I did nothing. I swear, from like 19 to 23, 24 years old, I did nothing but blame everyone else for why my life was this way and why I was unhappy and why I was so depressed. I just laid there. Looking back, like, it blows my mind thinking I did that, because I'm on the move now and I'm working on projects that are slowly starting to see some success in the background, which is beautiful, finally. But man, if I could go back and talk to my 19 to 24-year-old self later in this video, I'm going to tell old Hart, or young Hart, I should say, exactly what the hell I would do. The whole point of this video, guys, is it's not an advice video. It's not me trying to coach you or mentor you. It's just, I really don't want you guys to feel alone. Whether you're a young woman or a young man, I just don't want you to feel alone. I just want you to understand someone else's, my story, and maybe, you know, some solutions that could help you. Because if you're in that position right now where you feel like your life isn't moving forward, you're not where you want to be, and you may be waiting, blaming, hoping, you know, currently in your life, it's hard. And I feel like it's just getting harder. And I don't know if that's because of social media or just the way the world has been turning as of late. But you're not alone, you know. You're not alone, and you're way more capable than you think, despite your circumstances, whatever your circumstances may be. It's crazy how passive you can become without even realizing it. Like, I had no idea how much time was going by. I had no idea how much that actually impacted my life and the way I thought about myself and the world and others, and the way I would cast blame. It was like I had a finger pointed at everyone else and everything else. It's the world, people, besides myself. And I accepted zero responsibility. And my life was hell. I think about the darkest points of my life. It was when I laid on that couch and blamed everyone else and truly thought something or someone was coming through my front door. I can't explain it like enough. I really, really believed that. I believed it more than anything, and that's why I laid there, because I believed it. I believed it to be true. And obviously it never happened. And I just want to be honest and just let you guys and girls know that if you're in a similar position, you're in your 20s, you're in your 30s, you're a teenager, whatever it is, and it feels like your life is going nowhere, and if you're truly honest with yourself, like, are you taking the responsibility for your life, even when things aren't your fault? Because I think it starts there. I wasn't. I was taking zero responsibility. It was always my mother's fault. It was always because my dad died, and that's why I'm in this place, and I'm a victim, and I'm not. And it's just not a place where you want to be. You know, you may hang out there for a little bit, but you got to get out of it, you know, because waiting to feel better without changing anything, it'll probably more than likely just get worse. And that's what happened with me. And I truly feel like nothing changes until you take that responsibility for your life. And that sounds so cliche. Take responsibility for your life. What does that mean? What does it mean to take responsibility for your life? Even just trying to think about it, I'm like, fuck. That's kind of different for everyone, but you know, you definitely need to participate in your life and investing in yourself. And that probably starts with your mind and how you view yourself and view your circumstances, and just understanding that it is all your fault. I was in that position, unhappy, depressed, laying on that couch waiting for the world to save me because of my choices. I was right where I wanted to be. That was perfect. That's exactly where I should be. Waiting for someone to save me, feeling hopeless, feeling the heaviness, this dark cloud above me. That's right where I wanted to be. But nothing changes, guys and girls, until you start blaming yourself for everything. Because then, what do you get? You get your superpower back. And it's the best feeling ever when you start to feel it, when you start to take back the power and control of your own life. Because if you don't take responsibility and it's everyone else's fault, it's like you're checked out. It's like you don't have a stake in the game. You can't move anything. You can't do anything. You're waiting for other people, other things to do stuff in order for you to feel better. And that'll just never happen. And I just feel like that's a really hard lesson for me to get through. And like, I'm still moving through it. I think I'm a lot better, right? I'm not laying on the couch. I'm doing good stuff now. I'm doing productive things. I'm taking control of my life. But it almost feels like for me, it's a lifelong process. There wasn't like one moment where I was like, oh my gosh, I need to take control of my life, accept responsibility, everything is my fault, let's move on, let's kick ass. I'm still working on it. I'm not perfect. So anyone out there that is just struggling with that right now, if you find yourself moping around the house a lot, and you're unhappy and you're depressed and you don't know what to do, and if you're just truly honest with yourself, sitting here with me, it's hard, but you gotta cast blame on yourself, even when it feels unfair. And I know some of you out there are gonna watch this, and I'm sure you have some unfair circumstances in your life. It wasn't fair that I thought it wasn't fair that my dad died at 16 from cancer. Right? That wasn't fair. I was so mad at God. I was so mad at the world. I was so mad at everyone. You know, you could call that unfair. And I'm not saying I need to take responsibility for my dad's death, but my response in how I wanted to view my life and view the next chapters of my life. Am I going to be the victim and blame the world and blame the government for dropping Agent Orange on my dad when he was in Vietnam, and 30 years later he crumbles in front of me of cancer? Or am I going to take control of my life? And it took me so long to realize this. It was like a gradual 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 year bout with my mental game for me to be like, oh, the more action you put in, the more you are aware of what you're thinking and how you're thinking about yourself, the more power you regain. Because no one wants to be in a shitty, depressed, downer, empty, heavy, hopeless position. You guys don't deserve that. I'm telling you right now, if you're watching this video, you don't deserve that, and you owe it to yourself to start making these changes and just take back that responsibility and that power. It is your fault. Cool. Now you get the opportunity and you have the power to change it. And just think, no one's going to change it for you. It just needs to be you. Micro steps every little day. And I think it starts with the mind. Starts with the mind, taking action. Be mindful how you talk to yourself and how you think about things. But no one's coming to save you. Holy shit, if there was anyone in the world who thought that someone or something was gonna come through that front door and save him, it was me. Trust me, I laid on that couch for 4 flipping years and I believed it with all of my heart. I just thought it was something that happens to people. You wait and wait and wait, and something I'm sure will happen eventually that will completely change your life. So it's almost how I feel about lottery tickets. Sometimes I buy lottery tickets and I'm so stoked to buy it and I'm so hopeful and energetic and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna win this money, and then I buy it and I never even look at the numbers because I feel like I'm never even gonna win. I don't know. I think that's crazy. Last few times I've bought lotto tickets and times in the past, I'm stoked to get it, stoked to drive up, pick my tickets, and like I feel hopeless, like I'm gonna actually flip and win the damn lottery. Point being, you can't wait for something or someone else to change your life. It's got to be you, and take those micro changes, act them out. If I can be any help, maybe throw what you're going through in the comments, and I'd love to give you just some of my more experience and guidance, and not tell you what to do and not give you advice, but just to be here for you and let you know that you're not alone. We all go through it. I think some of us stay in it for too long, and some of us die with this feeling of thinking the world owes us something, and something or someone's going to save us. And don't let that be you. Take charge of your life. You got this, and you're not alone. You're not alone. Trust me, you're not alone. It's raining. I'm gonna get out of here. I love you guys.